We are going to transition into looking at the first of two case spotlights. And you've already heard us sprinkle some examples of some of the projects we funded and pilots, and also some indication that we're starting to have some sense of what works. This isn't that we're not at the same point we were 6-7 years ago. So we're going to feature two case spotlights today. The sessions are designed to inspire and inform you through short, high-impact stories that show how practical, scalable solutions are already making a difference in Canada's workforce. So we're going to showcase real-world collaborations and innovations that address persistent skills gaps and demonstrate how these can be scaled for greater impact. So we're going to have Réjean join us, and just a reminder, this session is going to be in French. So, j'ai le plaisir de présenter notre premier conférencier, Réjean Roy, directeur de la formation et de la mobilisation des connaissances à IVADO, un partenaire de CCF dans l'avancement des compétences en intelligence artificielle. So, merci beaucoup, Réjean. Bienvenue.
So, thank you, Réjean. Welcome here, and the floor is yours. Hello, everyone. Again, my presentation will be given in French. It is a presentation on the topic of AI and changes made by AI in the employment world. So I'll start with a quote from Jeffrey Hinton. As you might know, he's the father of AI, with Yoshua Benjoy and a few others. Jeffrey Hinton said so long ago, well, something not working here. All right. So not so long ago, let's start over. Not so long ago, Jeffrey Hinton was declaring with all the advancement in AI, prepare yourselves to become plumber. So it was not the first time that Hinton talked about AI in work, the employment world, labor market, and Hinton was saying, if you're a radiologist, think about switching jobs. And he also said we should stop training radiologists. And then Hinton was mistaken in 2016. The amount of radiologists would increase in the coming years. It should increase 25 to 40% by 2050. And he also was probably mistaken when he told us all to become plumber, because what we need to understand, and what you probably know, is when we're doing a job, what we do is we create numbers of tasks, series of tasks. So it is true whether you're working as an administrative officer, or you're a professional, or you were doing a series of tasks that can be automated with AI. In some cases, we're doing tasks that you can do more efficiently with AI. And in other cases, well, AI won't have much impact on the way we will accomplish these tasks. In red, we can see tasks that can be automated, that can get automated through AI. In blue, we can see tasks where AI can serve as a levy, and in gray, those are tasks that will be done manually, or pretty much as they are done today with AI or not. So the fact that AI will have obviously impact on automation, and it can serve as a levy, and sometimes it won't be a determining factor, but it means the effects of generative AI on employment. There will be jobs disappearing in all the Americas. We can say that there's about 140 million employment from a study from the labor organization, International Labor Organization. There will be over these jobs, there will be you can see in red here, those are the jobs that will be eliminated because AI will be used to automate some works that are done by workers, some tasks. And then in yellow and light blue, it means that AI will certainly modify the way the workers are doing their jobs. So Anton was probably wrong, but it doesn't mean there won't be a lot of workers that will go unemployed in the Americas or developing countries. Or so we say, thing in Canada, it could be about 1 million employees in Canada will be affected by the rise of AI, and about 5 to 6 millions will be also affected by AI because it can transform and modify the way they do their job traditionally. What this means, we have a quite a big challenge ahead of us. We will have to train a lot of people. And this challenge will have to be met quickly. As you may probably know, that it took about 5 decades to truly take advantage of the benefits of electricity, from when electricity was first created at the end of the 19th century and until it got used in the by manufacturers. It took about 50 years to take really full power of it. We had to review the way that all the manufacturers will work, all the plants. They used to work with steam and electricity. They had to review all the processes. They had to know how to would train the employees, and now they would hire them. Also, they had to change the whole organization. It took about 50 years, as I said, 5 decades. Again, we don't have 5 decades to adapt to the rise of AI. We have to work much faster than that. The different thing we need to work on here, we'll have to think about the way AI will change the work and the work that is done by the workers, the way they work, and so on. There are studies that have been made by the FSC. They have supported a study on the impact of AI on the workers of Quebec. This kind of study, we'll have to do a larger amount of it, and we'll have to fasten the pace of doing these studies to understand truly the way AI will affect the jobs of young workers. If they don't have internship, for instance, the young workers are struggling and they won't get skills, and so they would need to become more skilled. So we have to think about this. We also have to reassess strategies, practices, rules, and processes related to work and HR management. It is quite a monumental component here if we want to introduce AI in the health sector, and there will be great benefits to it. Imagine the amount of rules and the amount of processes we'll have to transform. We'll have to transform the relationship between nurse and doctors, and the place where nurses will be able to make diagnosis. And so big file here we have. And we'll have to help workers affected by the rise of AI, but not threatened by automation. Use AI as a lever. We'll have to support people threatened by AI and automation, acquiring new skills and transitioning to new jobs. IVADO, we along with the FSC, we're supporting projects at creating online classes to train experts in the deep learning, in automated learning. The idea was to bring knowledge to people that have some basic skills, engineers or mathematicians, computer engineer, to give them the knowledge to become true specialists in deep learning and AI. That was a project that was led with the support of the FSC, and that allowed us to train about 100 workers that can now work in the AI field. But the most important here is to help these workers that will be affected by the rise of AI, that have to acquire new skills, new knowledge, new know-hows, the way to use AI in the most efficient way. I'll take a sip of water. So it is quite a lot of work there, and we started with IVADO and with the FSC. We work on that challenge, but the main challenge also is to do it at a larger scale. IVADO, if we're a small team, we're not that many people in training. We're receiving a lot of calls from organizations that want to be trained to AI with AI. They want to train the workers to AI, so we train them pretty much 10 workers at a time, 15 the other day, and then 26 the other day, and so on. So it's quite tailored, but they will be there until in 50 years. We need to find a way to speed up. And this is what we're trying to do by focusing on online learning, also betting on where we train the people that can then train again the people that will train other people, and so on. For instance, in the higher education sector, it's kind of hard to find the right resources to train workers of a specific sector or the student of a given sector to AI. To train a chemist on AI, it's not easy. There's no teacher that knows AI so much. Their resources are scattered. So we set in place a program. Those are students that know about AI that will train then other students in order for them to gather the skills in AI learning, and then they can pass down these knowledge to other students in chemistry and AI. So those are the kind of models we're trying to implement. It's not easy, but this is what we think will pay on the long run. One of the projects we started with the support of the FSC is a project we're doing in collaboration with a school, HSC Montreal, research center, so Tech Tree Lab, HEC Montreal, and we're working with them with the FSC to make videos on AI and the efficient and use of AI. Videos that all the professional orders that you can see here, the Bar of Quebec and Engineers Canada and so on, they can then use it to train their professionals under their organization and their order, and then can be used by the professionals to train other professionals or workers they are in touch with. You can see here the trickling down effect. You can see the Engineers Canada, the accountant, and we created these videos that will then train them on AI, and then they can reuse these videos and train people in their own organization. The videos we're talking about, it's about 40 videos. It will be available by the end of November, beginning of December, in French, in English, and they are about 3 hours long. These videos won't change the world. It's just the beginning of a long transformation we're trying to make. We're sure that this kind of model will allow us to go from training 5 people on Monday, 14 on Tuesday, to up to we can train 500,000 in a trunk fashion in a few coming months. And then our intent is to expand to other fields, other professional groups, for instance, health workers, education workers, so that all the professionals of Quebec and Canada know how to use AI in an efficient fashion and responsible fashion. So I have about 3 minutes left. I was faster than I thought. So I'll go back here. I want to focus, and this might be a data you already know about. Their economists shown that for every dollar spent to acquire a technology, we need to should expect to invest about 10 to get as much benefit as possible from that technology. For instance, we'll have to do socio-organizational change to pull out the best of technology. Canada spent hundreds of millions of dollars to become a leader in development of AI development, to develop services. We are well classified in research. We're well ranked in marketing. Could be better, but we're still good, doing good. If you remember this little ratio, I told you $1 spent, we should think about investing 10. So we'll have to spend much more than what we've invested so far to make Canada a true leader in AI adoption. We're kind of trying to catch back the leaders already. If we compare to the US, we're not using as much AI as they do. We'll have to implement such models as what we've established and with the support of what we did with the support of the Future Skills Center, and we'll have to implement such models and not to be always discussing here in this room about 50 years.